This is Mungo Darkmattter, and welcome to Dark Matters. Today on Dark Matters, we're going to discuss how to create a profile for your Second Life avatar. And we're also going to discuss some security and privacy issues related to how you put out certain information and who gets to see it and such. To start off with, this is version 3.4 of the Second Life official client. This was released on September 19th, the client. So this is the latest version of the official Second Life client. The most popular third-party client for Second Life is called Firestorm. And a little bit later I'll show you a few things having to do with doing the profile on Firestorm that are a little bit different. Everything you see on this video will apply to Firestorm, but Firestorm has a few extra features which are basically some of the older profile interface integrated with a newer profile interface. Alright, I'm going to right click on my avatar and bring up my profile. The newer profile since version 2 of the official Second Life client are kind of more web-like or integrated with the web or have web-like features. The third-party viewers have kind of stuck with a lot of the interface from the first version of Second Life, and now they're kind of merging towards the newer versions. And there are newer features that they're adding to the third-party viewers that the official most recent viewer has also, but a lot has to do with the interface. And in fact, I'll do a video on Firestorm at some point to show you some of the differences. Alright, in your profile you have a thing here, which is a tab that says feed, and that's kind of like Twitter. They're kind of microblogs, so you can type something in here and it will come down here and list it, like what you're doing or whatever. It's basically a little microblog for Second Life itself. If we click the About tab, this is what people see. Pretty much the information they see in various viewers, and some of this stuff can go on the web unless you set it not to, which we'll show you how to do a little bit later. Pics is, you can set pics in your profile so you remember where certain places are. They're kind of like landmarks, but they're kind of like your favorites, you know. And they're favorites that you share with other people in a sense because you pick them. And then groups, which this avatar doesn't have any currently, are groups you belong to, and you can use groups so that you can chat among people in the group, or send notices, or you can use a group to give people access to land and such. And we'll talk about that on another video as well. So I'm going to go up here, this little button up here that says Edit Profile. And here are all of the things that we can do in the profile, all the information we can put in there. The first thing is the profile picture. And right here I have just a picture of my avatar that I took. And I can click here and go to Choose File. And select a picture and upload it if I wanted to, but I've already done that. Usually people put in the profile picture a picture of their avatar. You could put a picture of yourself actually in there. Some people do that, not as many. Very few percent of people put their actual picture in the Second Life picture, because there's another picture down here which is the real world profile picture, and you can put your real picture there. Now, a lot of people just leave this picture blank, or they put a picture of their avatar in there if they don't want their real life picture up there. And sometimes they'll just put a picture of scenery up there, or whatever. Sometimes they even put a picture of their pet there. So you can put whatever you want in either one of these pictures. But basically the idea was the profile picture will be kind of a picture of your avatar, and the real world picture will be a picture of what you actually look like. Alright, the next item in the profile is a display name. You can change your display name once a week, and there are different reasons to change your display name. Like, for instance, say I didn't want Mungo Darkmattter to appear, I just wanted Mungo to appear. I could make my display name Mungo. Or if I were doing a roleplay character and I wanted to change my name so that it would be a name that would kind of match whatever roleplay it is, I could change my name there. Like if I were in a Western roleplay sim, I might put Ringo Darkmattter, or Ringo, or Tex, or whatever. Alright, then the next tab here they call biography, and this is part of your Second Life profile for your avatar as well. Up here you could put such things as things about what your avatar does. Like if it's a roleplay avatar, you might put information about some of your backstory of your character. A lot of people who do role-playing don't really like to fill out much of the profile, though, because they don't want people looking in the profile to find out about the character. They want them to find it out through role-play. But you can put other things in here, like, hey, I'm on Second Life for fun in my spare time, or whatever you want to put in there. But it's generally about your avatar and about your purpose for being in Second Life, or what you do in Second Life. Some people who are creating content for Second Life, like clothes designers and such, will put that they're a clothes designer and this is where their shop is, or this is the name of their shop or their business. You put your home page in there if you so desire. Right here I have my YouTube home page. You can put social identities in here. I have Facebook and Twitter up here, but you can add like YouTube and these other different social media. You got to be careful with the social media, because once you put the social media in, if your actual identity is showing on a social site, then people will know who you are. And if you don't want them to know who you are or your avatar belongs to, then don't put real world information in it or anything that will clue them into real world information. And you really, with any social information, you don't want all your information out on the web. So you don't want your name and your address and your phone number and stuff out there, probably. So you've got to look at that like, okay, the public can see that. Now you can set this so that only people in Second Life can see it, only your friends in Second Life can see it, or anybody on the web can see it, and I'll show you that in a minute. But just be aware of that. You don't have to fill anything out if you don't want to in here. Second section here for your partner, and that's if you want to kind of put your significant other there, or your Second Life significant other. So it's kind of like a Second Life marriage. People who are actually married sometimes have their real life husband or wife in the partner blank there. We already went over the real world picture, and here's the real world biography. And here you would put something about yourself, about your real world. But a lot of people leave this blank, or they'll put, Second Life is Second Life and real life is real life, and never the twain shall meet. So you might put here, my private life is private. I'm just here for fun, or whatever. Or I only tell people that I get close to who I really am. I'll reveal this when I get to know you, or if you ask, I'll tell you, or whatever you want to put in. People put different things in there depending on how they feel about sharing information with people and who they want to share it with. So next tab over here is privacy. And the privacy tab takes these different sections and tells who can see them. Now if you put everyone here, that means not only your friends in Second Life and people in Second Life can see it, but it will be visible to people on the internet as well. So keep that in mind. And by default, not all of these are going to be everyone. A lot of them are Second Life by default, and a few are everyone. I've changed a lot of these to everyone for this particular profile. So you want to bear that in mind as far as anything you put on there, and put everyone on goes out to the entire world basically. And you can set any of these things to nobody, so that only you would be able to see it if you set it to nobody. So also be aware of that as far as your pictures go. Let's see here. With the real world section, if you put your picture on there, it will be shared. Each of these sections tell you what's going to be shared if you select a particular group on it. Okay, this is the Firestorm interface. I'm going to right click on my avatar here and click on profile. And you see the profile looks a little bit different right here. And this is more what the older profile looks like, or looked like in the original first version of Second Life, and in a lot of the other third-party viewers. The second tab here, called Web, is actually the interface we just went through on version 3.4 of the official Second Life client. So they added that as kind of a tab here, and the rest are the tabs that used to exist under the old system of profiles. And I kind of like the older system of profiles, so this is a really nice feature of Firefox, that they kept this, but still let you use the newer features with the web interface, and which also lets you publish certain things to either the internal Second Life web or the World Wide Web, depending. The first tab is called Second Life, which is your Second Life, and it's about your avatar, like I had mentioned before. And you see the picture here, and other information about the avatar. And there's a little box here called About, which is now called Biography. Also right down here is a little thing to drop inventory into if you want to give somebody something, so you just drop it down into there. So there's a tab for interests here, which is a little different than the interests in the web, which I think we might actually miss the interests. Did I skip over that? The interests in the web, let's go to edit here. If you go to interests here, you can type in a keyword right here, and such as, let's just put software, and it will give you all these suggestions here. And you can add like open source software. You could add that to this. You could add it to your to the interest section of your profile. And let's go back here to this tab. So that's what the interest tabs is. You can actually put interests keywords in here as well. A lot of people did not use these things. I mean, you could click build on here, for instance. You'd like to explore and build. That's what you want to do. What your skills are is, say you do scripting and architecture. You can put your languages here. Here's the Pics tab. Now here's an interesting thing about the Pics tab here is you can actually double click on this picture and select another picture here, or you can change the text down here. So like you could put a picture of yourself up here doing something, and you could write, oh, I love to go surfing in Second Life, or I love to go dancing in Second Life, or whatever. And it's still going to link to wherever you were when you created the pic. But that way you can customize. So people do change this stuff. Some people will go to like a sim they role play at, and they'll put that as a pic, but then down here they might put what the backstory of their character is, or such. So that's another thing. There's a tab here for classified. So you can create classified ads. A lot of people do it if they have businesses in Second Life, or clubs, or sims that they want people to visit. Here's your information about First Life, that would have your First Life picture and information about it. Third tab is notes, and whatever you put in the notes, only you can see. So you can bring up the profile of somebody else and write notes in it, like if you want to put something down so you remember who they are, and you would put it there. So that's just a quick run over of the difference between the profiles in both. Most of the stuff that you edit in this interface here, like the about, will show up also on the web interface, but it shows up under biography on here. The interests are different though, so if you create interests using the web interface, they will not show up on this interface because it's a different system now apparently. So that's just something to bear in mind. Alright, I'm going to show you really quick what the web interface or the web page looks like that you would get from the profile. Alright, just to give you an idea of what the web page looks like if you decide to let parts of your profile out on the web, this is what it looks like. It would be at mysecondlife.com, and then your username, Mungo.Darkmattter in this case, and this is what it appears. You would see the feed here, which is kind of like a Twitter function of Second Life. You'd see the about page, and I've actually added in here my Facebook and my Twitter, and you'd see your pics, of course. So that's what the web page looks like, and the public can see this information. So just be aware of that. This is Mungo Darkmattter, and this has been Dark Matters, and whatever you do, enjoy playing Second Life.